Respect to Satou Sabally. She had the kind of take a respectful competitor has after the Fever beat the Wings. Sabally has really made the Wings, I think, into a dangerous team.
Respect to Satou Sabally. She had the kind of take a respectful competitor has after the Fever beat the Wings. Sabally has really made the Wings, I think, into a dangerous team. Clark just dropped an absolute bombshell. She's hyped for Satou Sabally potentially joining forces with her. Now let's be real, Caitlin is already a one-woman wrecking crew, but even superheroes need sidekicks when the league is stacked with players like Angel Ree and Chendi Carter. And Sabally, she's a perfect teammate too.
You're the number one pick. People are going to go after you, whether it's for the right or wrong reasons, but people are going to go after you because they see greatness in you. And what the WNBA is measuring one type of greatness against the other greatness. So am I saying it's right that she's being pushed in the back? No, that's foul. That has no space in the sport, and we all know.
Clark up her numbers with the Dallas Wings were insane, and adding her to Indiana Fever's roster could shift the entire league's balance. You're the number one pick. People are going to go after you whether it's for the right or wrong reasons, but people are going to go after you because they see greatness in you, and what the WNBA is measuring one type of greatness against the other greatness. So am I saying it's right that she's being pushed in the back? No, that's foul. That has no space in the sport, and we all know that now. You're probably thinking, why would Sabally leave Dallas? The team was solid. Right? Wrong. The only reason is Clark. Sabally knows the spotlight in Indiana will be brighter, and she wants in on the action with Clark leading the charge and Sabally sealing the wins. The Fever won't just compete, they'll dominate. It's not just basketball anymore, it's a power move for greatness. Big news in the WNBA. Satou Sabally has confirmed she will not be returning to Dallas in the next upcoming season. In an unrivaled press interview, she goes to state, I've already communicated with Dallas how grateful I am because they've made this a home for me for the past years, and I'm working with them together in finding the next home for me because I've already played my. Satou Sabally officially leaving the Dallas Wings is like a MIC drop at the end of a wild 5-season concert. She averaged 15.7 points, 6 rebounds, and 3.6 assists per game, proving she's not just a forward but a full-blown problem for opponents. Let's not forget her 2024 season stats, where she casually put up 17.9 points per game while hitting 45.2% from deep. That's not just good, that's sit down and take notes good. Sabally has shown time and again she's one of the most versatile players in the WNBA. The floor for us, she makes tough buckets, and she gives us another option on the floor to run our off-ball screening action, for she gives us another player that can play with the ball in her hands in the two-man game, and she just has a really high IQ and an understanding of the game. Now let's talk about Clark. This rookie stormed and broke records and made everyone wonder if they were watching the birth of basketball's next legend. She's got this rare ability to dominate a game on every level, whether it's dropping buckets, making insane assists, or clutching up when it matters most. And if that wasn't enough, Sabally herself gave Clark her flowers, calling her a generational talent. That's like getting Ned in basketball. Everyone's buzzing. Are these two destined for a collaboration, or are we looking at the league's next iconic rivalry? Either way, we're eating this up. Saball's exit from Dallas wasn't some drama-filled blow-up. It was mutual respect all around. She thanked the organization, called it home, and dipped gracefully. But let's be real, there's another side to this story. Injuries have been Saball's shadow throughout her career. Only once did she manage to play more than 20 games in a season, and while her $195,000 contract for 2024 might sound sweet, it screams short-term deal and eyes on the next move. This wasn't a goodbye, it was a calculated exit. I've already communicated with Dallas how grateful I am because they've made this a home for me for the past years, and the Wings, they're in rebuild mode big time. New GM, new head coach, and the first overall pick in the 2025 draft. It's a clean slate for them, and while names like Paige Buckers and Olivia Miles are being thrown around, losing Sabally still hurts. She wasn't just a star, she was a glue player, the kind who elevates everyone around her.
Many people are speculating she could be headed all the way up to Indiana.
Good luck finding that level of impact again, Dallas. It looked like Satou Sabally possibly could be headed to Indiana. This very much has sealed the deal. Meanwhile, Clark is out here rewriting rookie expectations. She's putting up over 25 points in multiple games and running her team's offense like a seasoned vet. Scorer check, playmaker double check, walking highlight reel triple check. But it's not just about the numbers. Clark's drawing in fans like a magnet, selling out arenas and keeping the league trending. The WNBA hasn't seen this level of hype for a rookie in years, and honestly it's thrilling to watch. Now one player on the Dallas Wing team is up in the year, that is Satou Sabally. Now she is a free agent, and many people are speculating she could be Headed all the way up to Indiana, Saball's admiration for Clark isn't just fangirling, it's respect from a veteran who's seen it all. She called Clark a talent that can do amazing things, and coming from someone who's held her own in the league, that's a big deal. But Sabally didn't sugarcoat it. She talked about the pressure that comes with being the number one pick. According to her, the league isn't just watching Clark, it's gunning for her. Everyone wants to measure themselves against the best and right. Now that's Clark. Saball's comments shine a light on the mental toughness it takes to succeed when the spotlight burns this bright. The Indiana Fever are sitting on $650,000 in cap space for 2024, and let's be clear, that's not just good financial planning, that's the kind of flexibility that screams we're about to do something big. This isn't just any team trying to stay relevant. The Fever are positioning themselves to become a serious contender. Their foundation is already solid with Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Lexi Hull leading the charge, but let's not kid ourselves. Adding Caitlin Clark to this mix would be a game-changer. Boston is already in the paint, and pairing her with Clark's elite playmaking would make the Fever a walking nightmare for the rest of the league. So Satou Sabally has officially said that she is gone. She is not coming back to the Dallas Wings, which I thought was interesting. I did think that with Satou with her, Paige Becker is likely going to go to the Wings. With Satou with Art Gumbo, the brains behind this operation, absolute pros. Stephanie White brings championship-winning experience to the sidelines, and alongside her, Amber Cox and Kelly Kopp are running the front office like a masterclass in team building. This trio isn't here to make a splash.
The thing about Satou Sabally is the fact that she's so well-rounded as a player. Last season, she averaged 18 points per game, 6.4 rebounds per game, and 5 assists on 45% shooting from.
They're here to build a dynasty, and they've laid their plans bare. Resigned Kelsey Mitchell to lock in that backcourt stability, then going all in on signing a versatile forward like Satou Sabally. If you're wondering why Saball's name keeps coming up, let me hit you with some numbers. 18 points per game while shooting 45% from beyond the arc. That's not just good, it's the kind of player you build entire strategies around. Things about Satou Sabally is the fact that she's so well-rounded as a player. Last season, she averaged 18 points per game, 6.4 rebounds per game, and 5 assists on 45% shooting from three, witches. And then there's a buzz. Sabally has been dropping major hints, and her public praise for Caitlin Clark is the kind of thing that sends fans into a frenzy. Clark isn't just tall at 6 feet 4 inches, she's an all-around force of nature, scoring, passing, leadership, pick a skill, and she's probably mastered it. The idea of pairing her with Sabally feels less like a rumor and more like destiny. Saball's ability to score, defend, and create plays perfectly complements Clark's dynamic style. Together they turn the Fever into not just contenders but straight-up title favorites. But let's not forget the other players in this game. The New York Liberty are lurking in the shadows, and they are already stacked with Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and Jonquel Jones, all on max contracts. On paper, Sabally joining that roster sounds incredible, but let's be real, their salary cap is tighter than an overpacked suitcase. Sure, there's the emotional pull of Saball's sister Naira already playing for the Liberty, and the idea of reuniting with her former college teammate Yizu adds some fairy tale charm, but charm doesn't win championships or pay bills. Question of the hour is, what do she feel about the Dallas Wings having his number one pick? She has been extremely silent about. And then there's the Fever's secret weapon, social media. Saball's been liking posts about Indiana, and if you think that's nothing, you've clearly never been on the internet. Fans are dissecting every move she makes, and those likes are basically the modern version of a verbal commitment. But let's be honest, the Fever don't need subtle hints to make their case. They've got the cap space to offer Sabally a max contract, keep Mitchell happy, and still have room to strengthen their roster. Combine that with the chance to play alongside Clark and Boston, and it's hard to see how anyone else could compete with that offer. This isn't just about short-term wins. If